federal judges, particularly ones in San Francisco, in the Northern District of California, are waging their own private battle for the soul of democracy and the rule of law against Donald Trump. Next example, Judge Chen, who just blocked by way of a nationwide injunction Donald Trump's efforts to take out of this country hardworking, tax-paying, home-owning group of people from Venezuela, the hardworking Venezuelan people, who commit less crimes statistically than their American counterparts. But Donald Trump wants to end their temporary protective status and send them packing. Not so fast as Judge Chen. I cover it all on a new podcast I do on the MeidasTouch Network called Popok Live. Take a listen. Let me move to Judge Chen. I love what he's doing. So he issues a decision today, thank God, in which, let me just read from his order. And let me first start with the issue. The issue before him was whether not the Tren de Aragua, how'd you like that? Narco terrorists should be or shouldn't be sent off to a El Salvadorian dark, dank hole, never to be seen again without due process. That's up at the United States Supreme Court. Donald Trump has already lost that twice. Boasberg, trial judge, 2-1 decision at the DC Court of Appeals. And now we've got fully briefed at the Supreme Court. We're just waiting for their ruling sometime probably this week about whether Jeb Boasberg is going to be affirmed or denied about blocking the president's use of the Alien Enemies Act of 1798 war power, operative word in that sense, war power, to continue to deport people. That's not the issue. Although it's for cheap political gain, cheap political points, it's conflated with that issue. There is another issue. There's 600,000 Venezuelans who were properly protected through the extension of the temporary protective status program, been around for 35 years, since the 1930s, since 1990s. Got lost there for a minute. And that allows about 1.7 million people from 17 countries to remain in this country while they seek other more permanent status. They're not undocumented. They're not criminals. In fact, as Judge Chen said in his 70-page report, they are some of the most hardworking, tax-contributing, educated, innocent, not criminal people around. In fact, when you compare the Venezuelan population, we're talking about the 600,000 or 350,000 that were going to be deported this week under Kristi Noem's very inhumane, undignified order trying to reverse what the Biden administration did before they left. He said, if you look and you line up Venezuelans, shout out to Doral, Florida, which you probably know because that's where Donald Trump's big blue Doral golf course is and live golf. Yeah, that's also the home of a tremendous amount of Venezuelans, including those that thought about or did vote for Donald Trump. Hear this message if that's what you did. Because Donald Trump has called your people scum, has called your people saying they came from shithole countries, has said your people, right, are murderers, that they emptied the jails to get here, and that they emptied the mental asylums and criminally insane to come to this country. Is that how you feel about yourself, about your family, about your friends? Because that's how Donald Trump and Kristi Noem feel about you. Kristi Noem, as the judge reported, because he based a lot of his decision to block Donald Trump from ending temporary protective status for these hardworking, patriotic Venezuelans paying billions of dollars in tax proceeds, all 96% of them working, lower crime rates than the average American, right? He said also, when you look at all of this, most of them are also trying to get another type of status. That could be H-1B because they have a certain skill or talent that we need in this economy. That could be entrepreneurial visa. Many of them own homes. They have their whole family here. They've been here forever or for years under TPS. The judge also said, I got a problem. And this is why I'm going to issue the injunction. One, what you did 4 days after Kristi Noem got in to revoke or try to revoke the order of her predecessor, Secretary Mayorkas under Biden, is the very definition of arbitrary and capricious. Where, under the Administrative Procedures Act, where is the thoughtfulness? Where is the study? Where are the statistics? No, they just conflate Tren de Aragua, narco-terrorists, with this hardworking Venezuelan group and say, Venezuelans! I take a special sensitivity to this because you could easily insert the word Jews. Every time I hear that about a group in our country, as a proud, patriotic American, I think of my grandfathers coming over this country when they were 8 years old on a boat and got instantly naturalized through Ellis Island, which was a naturalization center. Get rid of the holding pens and the internment camps and the concentration camps and turn them into naturalization places. Give people a path towards the American dream. That's what the Venezuelans are doing, and that's what the Haitians are doing. Another group that's been targeted by Donald Trump as coming from a shithole country. And Donald Trump talks at it along with Kristi Noem, and the judge called it out. Not only a violation of the Administrative Procedures Act, it's a violation of equal protection under the law, the 14th Amendment, because it's using race-based attacks and animus to support policy. That's unconstitutional in our country. And it violates that as well. And he also found, as long as he was there, that she did not have, as the Homeland Security Secretary, the inherent authority under the statute to revoke her predecessor's order. And I love the fact that in his order, and I went through it on a hot take recently, he listed all the crappy things that Noem has said about the Venezuelans and Trump too. Remember that when it's time to vote. And don't just stick in the word Venezuelan. Stick in unless you came here, unless you were born on a reservation or from our indigenous people. You came here somehow by boat or plane, or you walked in. And when you hear Venezuelan, Haitian, just insert your ethnic group. You know, I heard a comic recently joke that everybody but white people has something before the word American, right? Arab American, Jewish American, Italian American. Well, if you're a hyphenated American of some sort, just stick that name on the left side of the hyphen in my story, and you'll be able to walk in somebody else's shoes. And maybe that'll make you a more compassionate voter, at least. Can only hope. So we got a national injunction by Judge Chen against the deportation and the revocation of the temporary protective status for Venezuelans. He invited an application to be filed for the Haitian community as well. I'm sure he will grant it. And then right on cue, you will see, here we go. You ready? Because I know the playbook. You know the playbook. Carolyn Levitt, press secretary. One federal judge in one federal district has violated his oath, and he is taken on and trying to obstruct the policies of how Donald Trump, with the largest majority and a landslide vote, was voted. And then we'll get the social media post by Donald Trump, a crazed, lunatic, corrupt judge who he doesn't even know from San Francisco has stopped and they need to be impeached. And then impeachment. You see where this is going? Welcome back. I sit at the intersection of many things on Popok Live: law and politics, law and personal commentary, law and economics, law and world events. Only on Popok Live. It's a very unique show. It's me, unplugged, unhinged. I take questions. I give answers. I don't take prisoners. Nobody puts baby in the corner. Something like that. Join me on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the MeidasTouch Network. So until my next reporting, here on Legal AF, the YouTube channel, on the MeidasTouch channel, on Legal AF, the podcast, I'm Michael Popok, and I am reporting. I'm Michael Popok, and I got some big news for our audience. Most of you know me as the co-founder of MeidasTouch's Legal AF and the Legal AF YouTube channel, or as a 35-year national trial lawyer. Now, building on what we started together on Legal AF, I've launched a new law firm, the Popok Firm, dedicated to obtaining justice through compassionate and zealous legal representation. At the Popok Firm, we are focused on obtaining justice for those who have been injured or damaged by a life-altering event, by securing the highest dollar recoveries. I've been tirelessly fighting for justice for the last 35 years, so my own law firm organically building on my Legal AF work just feels right. And I've handpicked a team of top-tier trial fighters and settlement experts throughout all 50 states known as big auto injury attorneys who have the know-how to beat heartless insurance companies, corporations, government entities, and their attorneys. Big Auto's attorneys working with my firm are rock stars in their respective states. states and collectively responsible for billions of dollars in recoveries. So if you or a loved one have been on the wrong side of a catastrophic auto, motor vehicle, rideshare, or truck accident, suffered a personal injury, or been the victim of medical malpractice, employment harassment or discrimination, or suffered a violation of your civil and constitutional rights, then contact the Popok firm today at 1-877-POPOK-AF or by visiting my website at www.thepopokfirm.com and fill out a free case evaluation form. And if we determine that you have a case and you sign with us, we don't get paid unless you do. The Popok firm, fighting for your justice every step of the way.